What's up, everybody? Bryce here, host of the #1 cryptocurrency podcast called Crypto 101 and author of Crypto Revolution. I'm coming at you guys with another quick market update. First thing is the fact that I just saw about 30 seconds ago an alert from Google that they are now lifting a 3-year-long ban. 3-year-long ban that they've had on advertising for crypto exchanges and crypto wallets. And so anybody who's out there who might be running a crypto exchange or a wallet, that's good news for you. Anybody who's out there that is just an investor or a holder of cryptocurrencies, that's also good news from you, because what's one thing that we always say is that the only through line or the only thing that holds together every single bull market in history is an ever expanding universe of buyers and users of that asset. And guess what? As Google lifts the ban, Google has an ad network that is the largest ad network in the world, maybe on par with Facebook. I'm not sure which one is the biggest, but those two, they've got everybody on the online connected world dialed in. And so the fact that Google is lifting that ban means that there's going to be a whole new realm of people that are going to be exposed to crypto, that are going to be trading, that are going to be onboarded to new exchanges. So lots of new users. So that's very bullish, okay? That's one. Number two, I saw today, again in the news, that we have seen an uptick of 30% of daily active users in Bitcoin since July. So that just goes to show that the very at the end of July to the beginning of August, right, a 30% increase in users. It just goes to show there's some renewed momentum, renewed interest, and that's all bullish. And then the third and final thing that I wanted to mention was that, on Glassnode, which is an awesome on-chain data analytics platform, glassnode.com, you should check it out. I've been tracking whales, right? Entities or wallets with between 100 and 10,000 Bitcoin. And you can see, right, because Bitcoin is pseudonymous, you can see the different accounts. And of course, you don't know who holds that account. But again, there's a classification of, a whale, right? Somebody who holds between 100 and 10,000 Bitcoin. And that number of what collectively, those guys hold $364 billion of Bitcoin, which is phenomenal. And over the last week, they've increased their allocation, or they have accumulated an additional 170,000 Bitcoin. So that's very, very key. The fact that whales are buying this dip and they're not selling this dip. Of course, we've seen that number, right? Between 100 and 10,000, those wallets, we've seen those entities be net sellers of the market before. We've seen them be net buyers, right? Right now they're net buyers, and that's a really, really good signal that they're feeling comfortable eking back into the market after this entire correction is kind of, bottomed out and sort of started to reverse, right? There's been a huge, huge buck in momentum. As we talked about in the market update yesterday, 10 days of straight up, right? Daily close higher than the yesterday, daily close higher than the day before, daily close higher than the day before, 10 straight in a row. So that's very significant. So there's very clearly a trend shift. And so now the question is, where do you buy the dip? And will you get blessed with that dip? And I think that's the key psychology to understand here, is that everybody and their brother right now wants a dip, right? And what happens in markets when everybody wants something to happen, typically the opposite happens, right? Because markets are a mechanism for kind of transferring wealth from the 90% of people who don't really know what they're doing to the 10% of people that do know what they're doing, or the 90% of people that are really impatient versus the 10% of the people that are really patient, right? Or the 90% of the people that want to use market orders and jam a market buy or market sell versus the 10% of the people who want to just use a limit order and say, hey, I'm going to negotiate my bid, or I'm going to go negotiate my offer, 2 or 3 or 4% above or below price. And so that's how you have to think. You have to think like kind of like a market maker instead of a market taker. And if you also, are kind of tracking these markets, and you haven't gotten plugged in with a strong community, you don't have a good list of coins, fundamentally strong coins that are vetted, you should really come check us out. So if you hit that orange button below, for just $1, you can subscribe for 2 weeks. We got a newsletter where we show you where we're buying and selling coins. We show you a lot of awesome breaking news and insights. And there's a Facebook community with like 10,000 crypto traders and investors that are all sharing their insights and their details of what they're doing and how they think about the market. So if that sounds interesting, again, right below, big orange button, $1 for 2 weeks. Come and see.